Hello, this is CrossFit Ammo Member in the Spotlight. This week we have Frankie and Charles, some of our newest members. Frankie, tell us a little bit about yourself, where y'all from.
We are originally from Southern California. We just moved to Texas in April, and we moved out here for our jobs. Charles works for Encore, and I work for the City of McKinney.
Awesome. So Charles, elaborate a little bit on Encore. What do you do for a living exactly?
I work on a line crew. We just build and maintain power lines, and then we rotate shifts about every 4 weeks being on call.
So that means you climb.
Yeah, climb poles, drill holes.
He's a pole dancer.
He's a pole dancer. He climbs
Get
poles,
on the wood.
Drill holes. Awesome. That's awesome. And Frankie?
So I do communications and marketing. I write press releases, columns for the newspaper, and I manage social media and stuff for the city.
Awesome. So tell us a little bit about y'all's athletic background. Did y'all grow up playing sports? Did you not? What's the story on that?
I did not play sports in high school. Not a big thing in Southern California. I did weightlifting all through high school.
Okay.
So it's pretty small, like freshman, sophomore year, and then I got into the bodybuilding thing, if you will, and then I was a pretty big guy my senior year. I was over 200 pounds and stuff, and then I started doing CrossFit when I was about 19, so it's been about a little over 5 years.
Okay.
So
cool.
I didn't do sports in high school much either. I was homeschooled, so we didn't have sports. I swam.
Okay.
And then I got into CrossFit around 22, and I've been doing it ever since. So, no, like 24, because it's only been 3 years. I'm not that old.
How did y'all get introduced to CrossFit? Did y'all have friends doing it? Did you just walk into a gym?
So one of my buddies from college opened up his own gym, and so he invited me to his open house, and I did the workout, and I threw up 6 times after the first workout. I went out around the building, and I just started vomiting everywhere. It was the most miserable day of my life.
Whole new definition of
and
moderation.
I realized how out of shape I was. Even though I used to work out in a Globo gym like 6 days a week, and I do like arm day and leg day and stuff, I was so just out of shape. And I was like, I need to switch to CrossFit, because obviously this is doing something that the gym isn't. So.
For me, I had some buddies that were like ex-track athletes, college level, and I was doing my bodybuilding phase, if you will, and we'd meet up and work out. Him and I, his name's Mike Hernandez, him and I ended up being trainers together at Bally's. And so instead of training people, we'd basically just go work out at our own time and stuff, and we would do CrossFit style workouts inside of Bally's and swim in the pool, and then we both ended up quitting, and we'd go work out in his house in some hills with like tires for thrusters, and it was pretty
trees.
Yeah, it was pretty raw, pull-ups on the sewer drains and stuff. And then his dad opened a small little industrial building, so I bought some equipment, he bought some as well, and that's pretty much what worked out for a good amount of time. So.
Mike was just at the games this year for CrossFit CDI Redlands on the team.
He's much fitter than I am.
Wow. So talk about when you first started. Obviously, you didn't have a whole lot of, I guess, what you would consider CrossFit background. You didn't have a whole lot of sports or endurance athletic background. What were some of the things that were like? Was it intimidating? Was it a challenge? Or were you just, you loved that kind of thing, so you're all in at the beginning? What was it like when you first started?
For me, I loved it just right off the bat, because I liked being athletic. I'm a competitive person, so the atmosphere was great for me. Being around people, competing against each other and stuff. It's always been hard for like the whole 3-4 years that I've been doing it, because I'm small. So I see everyone else, getting strong and being able to like lift RX for all the workouts and stuff. And so even 4 years into this, I still can't RX a lot of workouts just because of the weight aspect. And that just pushes me to keep trying, keep getting stronger and keep improving on skills and stuff, and do really good at what I do have an advantage on, which is like body weight movements and stuff. So it's fun.
I kind of came in the opposite. I was pretty, strong right off the bat. I was probably like stronger than your average person, and then I just wasn't athletic. I struggled with like kicking up on handstand push-ups. I used to be the guy that like lawn darted into the wall like very bad. And
still not very good.
Yeah, handstand push-ups are my thing, and then
put your butt to the sheetrock.
Yeah, 75-pound overhead squats would absolutely crush me.
It's hard to lift 200 pounds upside down.
Yeah. So that was it. I was such a isolated like square person where I wasn't athletic at all, and I didn't have that sports background either.
Yeah.
I could pick stuff up and put it down, but I couldn't do anything athletic.
Yeah. So I guess fast forward now, I would say y'all are veterans. Y'all been doing it for years. What are some, I guess it would be a twofold question. What are some of the favorite things that you do? And then what are some things that still maybe Like when you see it on the hopper, you're like, crap, I don't want to do that, or man, I still hate doing that. 'Cause everybody has them, to be honest. Everybody has movements that they hate doing.
I hate wall balls. Like, I hate them so much. What I did Karen one time, which is like 150 wall balls. Took me almost 20 minutes to get through it because every time I go to throw the ball up, it'd land on my face, and I ripped the skin off my face one time doing it, and so now I'm terrified of wall balls. I just hate them so much. But I love movements like handstand push-ups, handstand walks, the gymnastics type stuff. I really enjoy that a lot. And then squatting. I really like squatting a lot. Even though I'm not the strongest person, I feel strong when I can lift something, and other people are like, oh, you're so small, but you lift so much. That makes me feel really good to know that I'm pushing myself.
Things I look forward to, probably like 1 rep max, just heavy, lots of rest, take your time. I think the hardest thing when looking at the board is if it's like a benchmark style workout or one you've done before, just because that like milestone or expectation set. And then to me, it's just, I think of like the pain and the amount of effort it took to get that time, and then you want to do it a little bit better each time. So that's one of the defeating mental battles I probably have.
Yeah, awesome. Excuse me. So I would imagine California to Texas, people who've done CrossFit for a couple of years, they tend to hop around different boxes. What made y'all, how did you find ammo, and what made y'all, I guess, stick around? What are some things y'all liked about ammo?
Well, in California, Charles was coaching at a box. So he was coaching at a box, and it was a big family for us. I mean, he was there all day, and I was working part-time at the time, and so we spent a lot of time at the gym and had a really great community. So we moved to Texas. We wanted that same community, and it had really good programming. I mean, we had a couple of regional athletes and stuff at our gym, and so we wanted something that had great programming, but then also had a really good sense of community and stuff. And we tried a couple boxes here in Texas, and they were okay, or we liked people, but it just didn't have the right feel. And I mean, from the moment we walked into ammo, and you know, Aaron and Leah were just so friendly, and people were coming up and introducing themselves to us, and we saw the workouts and we were like, oh, this looks like a workout that we would have done in California. I mean, that kind of sold it for us. Just finding the right programming and finding people that were just genuinely nice and wanted to make those friendships and stuff.
Yeah. For me, I think I need structure. I won't warm up unless I'm kind of forced to, or like I need someone to bring me in and give me structure to my workouts where I just kind of wander around and stuff. And then big part of it too, I think, is programming. I mean, lots of gyms we've been to, I look at it and it's just like so much volume that I pretty much like feel like I never get better because I'm just constantly beat down. So definitely look at like strategic programming, and like she said, I mean, coaching's huge. You got to have people that almost care about your fitness more than you do, in a sense. So they'll make you do things you don't want to do and put you out of your comfort zone. So.
I mean, something that's special about ammo is I know that if there's a workout and something that I can't do muscle ups very well yet, I'm trying to get them, and from the moment that they are done explaining the workout and April looks at me and knows exactly the question that's going to come out of my mouth is, what is my scaling option, and how can I make sure that I'm getting better towards muscle ups, but I'm not avoiding them and stuff. And she always seems to have like something for me to work on, a progression for me to work on, and that's really big. I want to get better.
It's that balance of protecting your health, not putting you in something that's over your capacity, but still challenging you to get better. Yeah.
And it's teaching me the right skills. So I mean, if I just keep throwing myself in there trying to do it, and I've got awful form, and then I'm memorizing that awful form, I'm not going to get better. It's just going to stay ugly.
Yeah.
So
what about so even though you're veterans, what are some goals that you're working towards? That could be just a single lift, or just get better cardio wise, or compete in something, or what are some goals you're working on? Or do you have any?
Well, I'm trying to get my ring muscle ups, and then I'm also trying to get rid of my chicken wing that I have on my bar muscle ups. Those are 2 goals that I have. And then I would love to get into the 300 club for deadlifts. I've got 40 pounds to go.
Hey, that's all right.
Probably, if we want to talk about like weaknesses, strict handstand push-ups, a set of 10 would be great. I'm at like 5s right now. Lifting wise, probably get better with snatch and clean and jerk. I'd like to hit a 300-pound clean and like a 225 snatch.
I'd love to hit a 200-pound back squat. Close. It may take another year or so.
That's awesome. Well, cool. We've enjoyed when when you have a box, I guess, growing like Ammo is, and you have a decent amount of growth, it's always fun to hear like the buzz of like, oh, have you met the new members, so and so, or so. It's fun to hear, people coming from all walks of life, from all different states and everything. So we're happy to have you guys here and joining the family here. So
Yeah.
We love it.
That's one more thing too. I mean, community definitely makes the gym too. Outside of the program and everything else we talked about, it's like you got to have those people that keep you accountable for sure. And stuff. Lead by example too. So.
That's awesome. Well, we appreciate y'all being here. This was Frankie and Charles for the CrossFit Ammo Mid-Run Spotlight.